So, over the years I've been reviewing and analyzing MLP, I've been asked a particular question many times by fans. Exactly what does Dr. Wolf eat in the land of Equestria? To which I usually respond, well, exactly what are the main six feeding their pets to keep them happy and healthy? I mean, we've seen Angel Bunny being fed pretty much whatever he wants, that much is a given. But what about Winona, Opalescence, Aloysius? And even though he doesn't have any teeth, what about Gummy? All of these pets are carnivores, so it's not like you can feed them hay burgers and expect them to thrive. It's been made pretty clear that equestrian society is made up of herbivores, with maybe the exception of eggs being made for breakfast, and Pinky's single mention of a hot dog eating contest, which even then you could argue is just a carrot and a bun. So, what are these pets eating then? Well, how about we consider another set of animals under pony care? For example, why does the Apple family raise pigs? What other purpose could they possibly serve except to provide sustenance for their carnivorous pets? I suppose one could argue that pigs provide a necessary fertilizer so that ponies can grow their crops, but even then you already have an established cow population to fill that same need. Which, while I'm on that subject, anyone else think it'd be really awkward milking a cow who could talk back to you? Ugh. At any rate, though, I'd say it's a pretty fair bet that the Apple family raises pigs specifically because they also have a carnivore pet. But then, I started thinking about dragons and their diet of gems, and it occurred to me, if gems were their primary food source, wouldn't every last gem have been dug up and consumed a long time ago? They'd either have to have some other food source, which, aside from Spike, we haven't seen them eating anything else, or gems in Equestria can actually be grown like any other crop. Which could be seen as a bit of a stretch, but let's assume for a moment this is the case. Was it always like this in the world of Equestria? Or did the inherent nature and purpose of gems manage to change at some point in history? Well, consider this for a moment. Very early on in the series, Fluttershy mentions that her deep fear of dragons comes from the fact that an adult could very easily eat a pony in a single bite, which makes a lot of sense. I mean, imagine what ponies of old must have thought. Or what if dragons really did used to terrorize pony kind because gems weren't something they could eat back then? What if, at some point in pony history, unicorns or perhaps even alicorns had created what have become the gems of today? Or even cast a spell on the dragons themselves, all in the hopes that dragons would have a new food source other than pony kind? But that seems silly, doesn't it? I mean, we've never seen ponies use magic to change the diet of other species because they were wreaking havoc. Oh, wait. Yes, we have seen that exact thing in this series before, haven't we? Would explain why gems seem to be in such high supply throughout the show, wouldn't it? Also would explain why dragons that lived for centuries wouldn't have any real reason to bother ponies despite the enormous gap in raw size and power. Gives a lot to think about. But anyways, this whole thing started because we have to ask, what would carnivore pets eat in a land dominated by herbivore ponies? I still believe that is the reason why the Apple family raises pigs. But what do you think? I am Dr. Wolf, and I look forward to hearing from you.